Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Saturday. Okay, guys, so it's early in the morning here. I'm getting ready to welcome back to Up and Adam Channel 2, by the way. I'm getting ready to leave for Florida. So I have a 5-hour drive. It's not the end of the world. But I woke up super early so I could get these videos out. That's why I'm like, good morning. Anyways, doesn't matter. I don't care what I look like. Guys, we're back to talk about some Andy Cohen and Shannon Beador throwing some new accusations at John Janssen. So before we do, if you guys haven't already, go ahead, pop in the comment section. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell and let's jump right in. All right, guys. So we are getting into it, starting with Andy Cohen. Yeah. I mean, thank you to Reality Blurb. During an interview on Thursday night, Andy Cohen reacted to his wax figure at Madame Tussauds while also addressing a number of Real Housewives topics. As he spoke of being flattered by the museum approaching him, he also shared an update on the future of the Real Housewives of New Jersey and teased the new season of New York City, while also confirming Kyle Richards and Dorit Kemsley were transparent about their splits on the upcoming season of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I have opinions. Some people might be like, who gives a shit? I'm freaked out in the greatest way, is what he said of his wax figure during an August 15th interview with Entertainment Tonight. This is so exciting, and they did such a brilliant job, and the set is perfect. But looking back at the process, he said, I sat there for several hours while they poked and prodded and measured and touched and posed me. And then I had to go to the dentist and get a mold made of my teeth. That's my suit. Those are my Dolce & Gabbana shoes. He's wearing my clothes as he should. But according to Andy, when it comes to the Real Housewives in New Jersey and the possible return of Teresa Giudice, fans will get news no time soon. We're going to take our time. We're in no rush. You have to wait for great things. But moving on to RHONY season 15, whose trailer was released earlier this week, Andy said the season is really dramatic. Can I say really quick before we get into the season? Like, I know that he said multiple times that we're not going to hear anything about the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Okay, sure. But like when it comes to the Real Housewives of New York, that trailer, you guys, was so weak. The pigeon, the pigeon, the pigeon. First of all, you're taking that from Pigeons Don't Fly with Eagles from Ultimate Girls Trip Legacy version with Dorinda Medley. Then you ran with it, which is fine because Uba threw some shade at Dorinda and said, yeah, and they don't swim with swans either. Eagles don't swim with swans. So, but it's like, Uba, you got to sit down, girl, because if you're talking about Dorinda Medley, like Dorinda helped pave the way for you to even be on this show. And also, Uba lost my respect when she was like, I am bigger and better than Naomi and Giselle. And it's like, well, you're not, because they're worth tens, if not hundreds of millions. At least Giselle's worth over 100 million. She would never do a show like this. And she gets paid a shit ton of money to do the biggest brands. Naomi is probably top 2, top 3 most talked about supermodels in the world. Naomi Campbell, who else? Cindy Crawford, Giselle. Yeah. You guys know what I'm saying. But then I was watching the trailer and I'm like, there's not like a clear story to the trailer. It doesn't really seem like anything is actually, it just seems like a bunch of little random clips that were pieced together. It doesn't feel like we have like a true story, and like watching the trailer kind of left me like I didn't really even need to see the trailer. The only reason that I'm happy I saw the trailer is because it makes me not necessarily want to watch the show, which that also doesn't make me happy because I want to support all of the Bravo Housewives shows. These women, the production teams, they spend a lot of time and effort to make these shows incredible. But then whoever's in the editing room who put this trailer together, you flopped. It was bad. It was a bad trailer. I'm hoping that this trailer is one of those trailers that you see like for a movie and you're like, "Oh shit, this was the trailer, but oh my god, the movie was so good." That's what I'm hoping for them. Because if not, it just goes to prove that this reboot, this recast, they should have just fired Ramona for being problematic. Fire Ramona, bring in somebody new. I don't understand the whole reboot. I like some of these women. I do. I think that they're entertaining television. The trailer did not make me want to watch, as I said 5 million times already. But hold on, not done yet. When Shannon Beador's recent claim of a nervous near he confirmed that viewers will see the ordeal play out on OC. You have to kind of wait, but we were there for it all. And I have to say, seeing her with Alexis Bellino kind of responding on different sides to things that are coming out is a really fascinating dynamic that we may not have seen on that show in ever. Then when it was suggested that bringing Alexis back was shady on part of the OC producers, Andy defended the decision. It would have been super shady had Alexis not been great friends over the last few years with Heather Dubrow and Emily Simpson, and she and Tamra Judge made up. So she was also in a place where she was more integrated into the group without just the John Janssen of it all. No, my God. And I'm a huge fan of Andy Cohen. You know this was shady as hell. Looking ahead to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills season 14, Andy said that Kyle and Dorit were open about their separations from Mauricio and PK, respectively. You're going to get it. We all want to know. We just wrapped a gangbuster season, and I think people are going to be very excited to see what happened. Now, during the interview, Andy confirmed Mary Cosby has returned to Salt Lake City. He said Mary Cosby is back. She's super engaged in a way that I think is really going to surprise people. This season, you'll see her ziplining. You'll see her doing trust falls with the group. Everything she does it, she's game. She has a great attitude. She's great. I'm very excited about that. She's so funny. Well, good. Good. We want to see Mary Cosby engaged. Honestly, that's the only reason that watching her on the show, like when she didn't want to do group events and she just sat in the Sprinter van and she's like, Monica, you're fat, you're eating this, which were not her words exactly. But, and then all of a sudden you're sitting in a Sprinter van and eating McDonald's. I'm like, she's so funny. She's quirky, but she doesn't give a shit about any of this. And she's not going to do what she doesn't want to do, which makes her slightly a problem. And we don't need another problem in Salt Lake City. You got enough. Moving on. So thank you to realityt.com. Shannon Beador accuses John Janssen of wanting OC stars to cover up their bodies. Shannon hasn't had an easy run-in, I guess, this season for OC, and she's dealing with the consequences of her DUI, not to mention Tamra Judge piling it on her. Plus, Shannon has to deal with Alexis Bellino, John Janssen's new girlfriend. Shannon has continued to give a performance on OC despite it all, which deserves some props, but it's an understatement to say that Shannon and John had a toxic relationship. We obviously saw glimpses of it throughout the years on OC, and now with Alexis in the mix, it's reached an all-time high. Shannon and John have continued to go back and forth publicly, accusing each other of nearly everything under the sun. And most recently, Shannon hopped on Sheena Shea's podcast, Shenanigans, to continue to share her side. Obviously, Sheena asked Shannon about John and Alexis, and Shannon admitted that she was surprised that Alexis was the type of woman that John would rebound with. Right before we broke up, I was in New York doing press, and he's like, you really should cut your hair so it's more age appropriate. Like, if you have really long hair with extensions, it looks phony. And she said that's kind of what Alexis and her hair is. Shannon continued to say that John had a lot of questionable opinions about all of the OC ladies. And then John would say, like, why did these girls dress so provocatively? Like, they really should cover up and be more conservative. Also, who the f is John Janssen and who made you fashion, please? With right of reply, John went to page 6 to respond to Shannon's comments on the podcast. Although Shannon may have occasionally asked for my feedback and opinion on her hairstyles and clothing options, I never commented on how the other women dressed or styled their hair. It's sad to see Shannon resorting to attacks on Alexis's beauty and appearance. Now, the mess obviously is not stopping with these two, so it's clear we're going to be seeing more. And I can't wait to hear what you guys think. So, guys, if you're not subscribed over here to Up and Adam Channel 2, go ahead and get subscribed. Pop off in the comment section, please. And yeah, we'll see you next time. Love you guys.